The last stream I did, I didn't know chat was on, or I couldn't see the chat. I just couldn't see it. I should have refreshed it. I thought it was gonna like automatically refresh, but I saw those messages later after the fact. And yeah, from now on, I'm just gonna keep on clicking live chat when I do that. But anyway, this might just be like this is way too early of a stream, so like I don't even have a clear schedule for when I'm gonna be doing these types of things. I should set one in the future, but for now, you know, this might as well be like a pseudo VOD or like recording or something like that. Like, but yeah. What up, Alex? I'm in here a little early. I know time zones are a little different, might be different over there, but like it is 7 a.m. So I'm doing a 7 a.m. sort of it's a One Piece stream, whatever. I seen this already. I've seen this already. I know there's gonna be a 2-page color spread, but it's so weird. It's so uncanny seeing Chopper live action and just like drawn manga Luffy. It's very jarring. Oh, they do show the. Okay, we get a closer look. Like we're gonna see it at the bottom. There's also a note. Okay. Somebody said this is a reference to Volume 12 too, so I did get spoiled on the color, sort of. But I didn't know there was the live action. They made a live action version of it. Yeah, I don't really like the look of Chopper that much. I don't know. Yo, his teeth. His teeth, man. Oh my god. Vondi, a Vondi mention? Hold on. Speaking of Vondi, Vondi is doing an opening for the new anime adaptation of that new manga by I forgot her name. It starts with an H, I think. It's the Full Metal author that has a new manga. And that anime looks cool. It's made by Bones as well, the same people who did Brotherhood, so I'm ready for that. And that song is catchy. I need to wait and see until I can finally listen to the full thing. Vondi's concert at Tokyo Dome was insanely cool. His constant evolution is truly inspiring. This is the first time I've seen a color page just vertically. It's usually is this 2 pages? Like, would you have to flip? I wonder if you would have to like flip the tankobon around. Well, I'm not sure if color pages are in the tankobons or like the Shonen Jump magazine. It's either that or like this really is a vertical page. But yeah, volume 12, a volume 12 callback, man. He should do more of these. I really like, especially the one with you know, we didn't know it at the time, but the future 4 emperors, Buggy, Blackbeard, Shanks, and Luffy, and the goat in the center. Who replaced the goat? I think it was Carrie, right? So we need more of that. But man, look at the whole gang, man. Oh my goodness. All right, Loki and Yamato's gonna be in there pretty soon. And here we go. We get the we get the volume 12 live action version. That's actual it's actual meat on the bone. It's just in his hands. Okay. So where do we leave off at? We get a okay. Alright, we get a little Lilith sighting. Where do we leave off at? Okay, Loki dropped them off, and then Emu was staring down at Loki and was like, yes, so you were here all along. A theory has popped up recently. Uh, I I want to agree with it, or I want to be a part of it and say that it could be true. I'm hoping, like, hopium or copium, that the skull in Wano Onigashima, the skull was the ancient giant that Ryuma fought and beheaded. That was the original user of Needhog, of the Black Dragon, the Lightning Dragon, Needhog, and that skull was the previous user, and that's what Ryuma had slain all the way back in the Void Century. I feel like that is pretty cool, and that might explain why Emu was so surprised that it was in. Needhog ended up being in Elbaf, because I was surprised too. I'm like, why wouldn't something like Needhog be on a Norse myth inspired island such as Elbaf? Why wouldn't it be here? But that's because if that ancient giant truly was the original user, then no one knew like where this fruit ended up after the fact. So I think that's a pretty cool theory that that ancient giant who died and ended up becoming the Skull Dome, that could be Needhog's original user. News about the revamp show? No, I don't know anything about that. That's one hell of a party over there. What are you doing, Lilith? Isn't Vegapunk in that box? It's like just his body? It's a good thing I unloaded it near the school. These are Omni Drain Converters. ODC for short. His body's just in that box? Do you have some doubts? Yeah. Because it can go either way. Either that's the case, or it's just straight up it's just straight up not Needhog. It's still cool though. Ryuma still slayed a dragon at one point when he was alive. So who knows? But it would go really well if it was Needhog. And the size of Needhog. Needhog is so much larger than like Kaido or anything we've seen so far. I'm pretty sure. So the fact that somebody like Ryuma back in his prime, back in the Void Century, because it seems like everybody back in the Void Century was just, I want to say they were probably over rocks. I want to like they were definitely like up there with like demon full reversey rocks, even stronger than that. They were some heavy hitters. So like Ryuma back in his prime definitely was taken out. He could have taken out something like Needhog back in his day. It'll be even cool. It'll be even better if if Ryuma was like a part of Joy Boy's crew. I would really want to see something like that. I don't think that would happen. I don't think that would be true. That would come true, but I need some sort of interaction between Joy Boy and Ryuma. I'm fairly certain hover tech should be feasible in Elbaf. Huh? Come again? You don't feel it? Over here, back there. This place is teeming with energy all around us. It's teeming with energy, it's all around us. What are we getting at here? Have you ever tried harnessing anything stronger than cola to power yourself? Frankie upgrade? We get a Frankie fuel source upgrade? No more cola? What are we doing? What are we doing? No more cola? Imagine it's just straight up alcohol at that point. He's like, forget about the cola. We about to pour down some some brown. Yo, pick your poison. You want white or brown, bro? Come on. What are we doing? Yo, that's crazy. We get a Frankie fuel upgrade. He's getting an oil change, man. Okay. Yo, I'm glad Lilith is here. Moments like this where Vegapunk's influence can make the Straw Hat stronger. We need an Usopp sighting right now. Usopp, I'm tired of you throwing them beans. Stop throwing beans around. Talk to Lilith real quick. My goodness. I remember, but apparently Kaido's fruit isn't an actual dragon. Yeah, it's the fish fruit. Yeah, but, because it's mythical and the tale of the fish going up the waterfall, turning into the Azure Dragon. It's still a fish fruit, but you can also call it like a dragon fruit. How's it going, Tasmanian? The flames have grown so much. We cut away from that? Oh, I want more. No. Lilith, you can't do that. Oh, I just noticed Bonnie is on the helmet. Lilith, you can't cut away from that. What are we doing? You just can't cut away from something like that. Wait, let me reread this. What energy is she talking about? Because I know there's something special about Elbaf, and there's also the theories and the Traveler in his journal talking about, don't overstay, don't have your welcome be overstayed in Elbaf. There's probably, some crazy time dilation going on, and when they leave the island, it could be, a little mini time skip on the outside world. People have probably gotten older and stuff like that. But what is this, energy that Lilith is talking about? Could it be related to that other theory where we're thinking time is really funky in Elbaf, and that's probably mostly why some of the giants live really long, or what? I'm not too sure. This energy that she's talking about could be related to something similar to what we're theorizing as a community, but whatever it is, and if she's talking about you want to replace your cola with this, I'm down for that. That would be amazing. So the flames have grown so much. This is a nightmare. The world might be ending today. It really might be ending today. Did you see that thing? That dragon's so big it even dwarfs Kaido. Yo, his face. Yo, the faces that Usopp has been making recently. Then again, wasn't Luffy on its back? Does that mean it's on our side? That dummy's always pulling some reckless stunt. You ready, Zeus? Yep, I'm good to go. Somebody also mentioned the only thing that's probably stopping Luffy from dragging Loki onto the Sunny is that he's just way too huge. They're gonna need a different. They're gonna have to have some giant shipwright make a vessel for Loki if they want him a part of the crew. Let's hurry. This will still be tricky, but at least we don't have to worry about the kids anymore. Saul, is Saul out of commission? Yeah, he's done. He's done for today. Let that man rest. Sorry, I got no business lying around here at a time like this. Are you okay? Here we go. Come on, Zeus. This is urgent. I'm telling you, and not just for Usopp. If Lilith can just give a little bit of advice to everybody about the equipment they're using, because if we don't have hockey, we got to compensate somewhere else. We get if we can get Lilith to just give them a nudge, and then they start thinking about how to incorporate the way they fight a little differently. Nami's climate tat, the technology that Vegapunk has, and the knowledge that can be given to Nami to upgrade some of her moves. Usopp, like I said before, get rid of the freaking beans. But like they're cool and all, but like you need you need something. I mean, you can still use the green like flower pellets and stuff that he shoots with Kabuto, but maybe add something else to the mix. I don't know. And who else? Like I would be surprised if I don't know the rest of the gang just like I don't know what Jinbei would be doing differently. Maybe Robin deserves hockey in my honest opinion. Sanji, I'm waiting for Sanji Conquerors. Like if you're gonna be one of the wings of the king, and you're compared to Gabon, and Gabon is basically on par with Rayleigh, you have to have Conquerors at some point. I like to imagine they'll just build a platform with a big chair and chain it to the Sunny. And he just no, but he would just like be an anchor and just like fall down. He would be the Sunny's anchor. Like they just chain him up and just drop the platform and he just sinks to the ground. You know? We could put out the fire at the school and the library, and then okay, she uses her climb attack, causes a rainstorm, causes it to rain profusely. Let's go, Zeus. Leave it to me, Nami. I saved up plenty of water like you asked. That's perfect, Nami-san. She's ready for anything. That's our perfect Nami-san. Pouring rain tempo. Okay. Okay. Save the knowledge. Save the knowledge. I'm not gonna speak about it too much, but that damn recent SBS, like Oda, what are we doing, man? We're trying to ask you some important lore questions, and you're letting these strange ones get in first. Like if you know, you know. But I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing? We got some good lore. Yeah, I wanted to mention that we got some good lore anyway in the SBS. Regardless, like Shanks, not a rat. The person we thought was Shanks who went to the meeting to talk about a certain pirate was actually Shamrock. Oda just forgot. That was a literal Oda forgot moment where he was like, "Oh yeah, because Shanks' voice actor was voicing that scene. It should have been Shamrock's." Oda just forgot, like, "Oh yeah, I should have told the anime staff to not do that," but he didn't think about it at the time. So, for years, people were thinking that was Shanks, and they were calling him a rat, myself included, which was very funny, I want to add. But like that era is kind of over now, so we can't even the squeak memes and it's all done. We can't really do that anymore. But it was funny. It was still funny at the time. But yeah, the rat era is over. It's a shame. He needs to upgrade to bullets. He needs a gun. Give Usopp a gun, please, man. I'll give you 20s to play with seeds. No, it's the Straw Hat crew. The Straw Hat members don't really do dangerous stuff like shooting and stuff. Like, even Zoro doesn't even cleave through his enemies. He just, like, cuts them, but they still live, you know? Which is kind of strange, because in comparison, like, stark contrast in the live action, Zoro's really killing people. You see Zoro in live action really killing people. It felt weird seeing that when I was first watching season 1. Yeah, Shanks beat the alligator. I wanted it to keep going, I'm not gonna lie. What did he say? He just said some, like some weird, It was like some comment about like Nami and she's not like wearing anything underneath. I'm like, oh, here we go again. It's the same thing with like the like somebody asked, is Jinbei's junk blue? Like, why did that question go through and not anything else? Like, why? Why did he let that question pass? And there's probably like a million questions that somebody was asking about, like, general lore, not even maybe spoiler territory, but just like important things that we should know about. And it's like, nope, But then he answers questions like this. It was strange. I was like, okay, here we go. Classic freaking Oda. Like, come on, man. That explains the recent memes. Yeah. Please let this work, Nami. Zeus. Is that rain? Go away. Hey, this wasn't part of the deal. Who said you could put out the fire? Oh, killing him? Sanji is right there. Sanji's right there. The matchup is starting. I thought it was going to be Sanji versus Summers, but no, was Dawn Dusk right? I think Dawn Dusk said that it'll be Sanji versus Killingham and Zoro versus Summers, and then they would switch opponents. If that goes that route, Dawn Dusk is kind of goated for that, to predict something of this. I gotta see it though. Sanji's right there. He clearly, if he doesn't like kick this man immediately in the next page, huh? Our terms were clear. You were meant to forsake all this world history crap. Sanji is right there, so let's see. Did he just eat Zeus? Is that Lindworm? Is that a snake? No, it's a Lindworm. What do I find the most scary? A Lindworm. Zeus. He just ate Zeus! Is he good? Is he alive? Is he like chilling in the belly? He was our last hope to put out these flames. Who is that guy? Sanji, don't just stare at him. Do something. You can zip over there in a millisecond. What are you doing, bro? He must be one of the 3 demons. The ODCs are engaging, huh? Oh, okay. So this is where Lilith's thing comes in handy now. Yeah, so Zeus actually died. Wait. Okay, no, man. I'm gonna believe that he's alive for now. Thermal energy absorption. Okay, Lilith coming in. Lilith MVP? Lilith MVP moments here? Freezing everything. What is that thing? The flames are out. What the? Everything's frozen. Better to freeze it than have it all burn away anyway. So, you know, the books are water damaged, but it's fine. it's fine. What happened? Seems like they did it. The fires in the school and the library have all been extinguished. Even calamities are ultimately just clumps of energy. Huh? I really want to understand what this like energy is that's circulating within Elbaf. It's probably going to stay vague for a little bit more. I don't think it's going to be fully explained this chapter, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around it for now. Frankie, take this for a whirl. Hold up, this bottle looks like it's going to burst. Yep, I call it Super Vega Cola. We might get the explanation here. Your internal structure is truly magnificently designed. You're at least on par with a pacifista. I mean, we knew that, I think, right? But I was shocked to learn you managed to run yourself on plain old cola. Yeah, like, that's such a weird fuel source. I always thought that, but as time passed, I got used to it. But now Lilith is bringing it up again, and I'm like, yeah, that is a strange way to just like fuel yourself, and you're such a well-designed and strong cyborg. You should be using something else, bro. What are you doing? And Lilith is literally saying that, basically confirming like what most readers have been feeling for the longest. it's just like a quirky thing that, like, One Piece characters do. Like, they just, if there's a cyborg running off of soda, so be it. Let's continue on with watching slash reading One Piece. But now it's kind of like they're bringing it up now. I'm like, whoa, I'm not prepared for that. I thought he was gonna keep using cola for the rest of the series. It has more cocaine in it. All right, now he's really gonna get buffed up. He's he's gonna be a PX -1, not even 0. No, but I never would have thought about it like that. Like, I really thought he was going to just stay like that for the rest of the series, but of course you got Vegapunk here. Listen good now. Your fuel is your passion. When you use this stuff, your power will explode. That seems, the way she said that, it seems like this is going to be a temporary buff that he will get when he uses this fuel source. This kind of feels like Frankie's own Rumble Ball in a way. And I like that panel. She got the glint in her eyes and then the tombstone teeth as she's smiling. Yo, Lilith is so cool, man. Okay. Zeus is alive. Zeus is alive. You was expecting the worm to inflate? Nah. I don't think Zeus would be capable of doing that. Maybe Luffy, like what he did with Kaido. Nami, save me. Zeus, I'm coming. Cause I was like, nah, if he really dies, then what does Nami have after that? Now she would really need to learn some stuff from Vegapunk. Saw, can you make it to the library? My dude is wheezing, man. Use the rest of your strength, man. Of course I can. Robin, you must be worried sick. All that history was left to us by Ohara. Oh, look at that grin. Devour the library, Dream Demon. Don't give them the faintest glimmer of hope. A new world can only be born by serving things. A new world can only be born by serving things like history. Yeah, manipulating the story. Leave Zeus to me. Okay. In the sea he goes. He'll cough him right up after a strike from my fist. What was that, a fishman? Oh, he's about to get racist. Is that a fishman? What's he about to say after that? They really are the most repulsive race in the world. I knew it. I knew it. If anyone's going to gag, it'll be me. Good thing I brought my mask. Oh my, I knew he was going to get so racist, bro. Yo, that's so crazy. That elitist attitude and yo, there we go, Sanji. Finally, bro. Oh my god. Like, you're talking though, but I need you to, like, you're talking and standing there. I need you to go up and actually start boxing him. Like, come on, what are we doing, bro? It's typical for a celestial dragon. Ooh. Okay, no, okay, no, this is important. This is important. Actually, keep talking, Sanji, because I want to see. We rarely. I might have to reread, like Sabaody or something like that. But we rarely see Sanji, have these sort of lines regarding the celestial dragon. So I want to see this. It's typical for a celestial dragon. You must really be out of touch if you don't recognize a former warlord like Jinbei. Now, how are you going to pay for insulting a member of our crew? How about I kick a hole in that precious mask of yours? Talk! Whoa! Okay, okay, he's juiced up. Frankie's juiced up now. Man. My jumping power is unreal, and my muscles are roaring too. With this boost, any monster that crosses me is going to be crying for mercy just after just one hit. Oh! We actually get to see Straw Hats cooking. How long has it took? Like I know we got we got a Loki flashback, then it went to Harold, then it went to God Valley, but we're finally here. We're finally seeing Straw Hats doing stuff. Super strong, yo, Vega Cola juiced strong right. Super strong right. Fishman karate secret technique. Ifrit jumping. Oh, look at the spin. Look at the spin. Look at the spin. Dexter? What do you mean Dexter? Wait, who said that? Frankie? Dexter is Latin for right. He's changing languages. He said, I don't even want to say right in English anymore. I'm saying Dexter now. Strong Dexter. Super strong Dexter. Wow. Wow, look at Jinbei. Vagabond Drill. Shout out to Inoue. What? And then I don't know how to pronounce that, but Konkase. So Ifrit Jambe Konkase. He turned him into Pot of Greed. He turned him into Pot of Greed. He's looking like Charlos when he got pieced up in Marijois during the reverie. Yo, it's uncanny. It's uncanny. He's an accordion now. He's just an accordion now. That's what we gotta look at him as. He turned him into Charlos. He's twinning with Charlos right now. Wow. He's surviving that, obviously. I wonder if he's knocked out. Yeah, the white in his eyes, he's knocked out. No hockey needed. No Conqueror's hockey needed. He's just gone. He can regenerate, but, like, he's out of commission. I'm pretty sure he's going to be, like, blacked out for the next chapter. West Village. Demonic Giant Warrior Pirates. Dory and Braga. We got to stop them now. Can Zoro do it? I mean, Zoro, okay, who am I kidding? Zoro can do it, but I'm saying, like, by himself. We do have Yarul Hiruden. Well, okay, Yarul is probably not in the best condition to be fighting. With their regeneration, we could keep cutting them down over and over for eternity. Every one of them is a familiar face. Just seeing them get hurt pains us too. What the hell can we do to stop this? They're on the ground for some reason. Are they running out of energy? Is that possible? They are. They're getting fatigued. Dory, are you still in? They're fighting back. Are you still in there? I'm barely hanging on, Broggy. We're in utter disgrace. How could we allow such mindless insults against an esteemed elder like Yarul to cross our lips? Taking his head would stain our honor for generations. Right, it never should have come to this. We're in agreement then. Are they going to take themselves out? No, we just reunited with you two. 1,000 chapters after Little Garden, and then we get to see you guys again during the during Shanks versus Kid. Then you pull up to Egghead, and we're trying to celebrate the moment. We're on Elbaf now, and now you die. Zoro, can you stop this? Zoro, can you stop this? Zoro, can you stop this? I actually don't want them to kill themselves. Please. Of course we are. Farewell, partner. We'll never yield to these demons. A whole century of duels. We had a grand time. We had a grand time of it together, didn't we? You're lying. We are warriors of Elbaf. You're lying, man. No. Please. We just got straight up gore of my two comfort characters. Like, they decapitated each other, man. I never thought I would see. Okay, besides Orochi, and we knew Orochi was gonna live. Like, I already knew that. Who else? I did not think. And they might be dead for real. Oh wait, okay. Hold on. I spoiled myself by looking to the left. I wasn't look. Okay, wait. I spoiled myself by looking to the left of the spread page. I think they're still alive. But man, was I defeated for a good minute. I was defeated for a good minute. I actually thought like they decapitated themselves and they were truly dead. I see something to the left. Hold on, they might not be dead. Chiefs, Dory, Bragi. Look at how helpless Zoro looks in this panel. Bro. No way. Why did they do that? What do you think? Wait, I'm sorry? Yo, biggest fan, what are you talking about? You not read the title? You can't read, bro? Yeah, I know. I would assume that you are, cause like my dude, like I don't know. I'm gonna guess that you're right. Like I ain't gonna be wearing and be like, oh, send me a picture of your arm so I can see if you actually got some melanin in you. But sure, whatever. Anyway, they're alive though. I'm glad. I'm, bro, killing each other actually turned off the Domi Reversi. Is that the way? They're back to normal. Their heads are even back in place. That means. Wait, so do you just have to actually kill them in Domi Reversi mode to get them back? Huh. What does that say about rocks? What does that tell us about rocks? Wasn't he still in Domi Reversi even after losing to Garpin Rogers' final attacks? And then he was ultimately killed by, quote unquote, killed by that fraud. So if he died in that form and he returns back to normal, is he still alive? Is Rock still alive? But he's captured under the world government, maybe? Okay, I'm thinking of some crazy ideas, but let me keep reading. Death breaks the demonic curse. Yo, is Rock still alive? Wait! Our gruesome corpses weren't a pretty sight for you all, but it seems your body returns to working shape the moment you're flipped back. So we can go all out against the rest, huh? Yo, Zoro, I'm sure Zoro's happy to hear that. Man, yo, that brings up a lot of unique questions. So there's no need to hold back. Now we know. There was theories too about how else you were supposed to defeat these guys. Cause first, like in the flashback in God Valley, like we thought like, okay, you need like to put your mass into a Conqueror's hockey attack, but now it's just straight up, no, you can just kill these guys and they'll turn back to normal. So there's two ways, I guess, to defeat somebody in that form. Now we know we just need to land fatal blows and they'll be restored. That means lopping off their heads will work. We can even gouge their hearts out. But that's totally out of the question. I mean, they're our friends, right? You gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. I think Rox is dead for good. They knocked him out in Domi Reversi, but Figurlin Grifter Garling still killed him after that. But he was in Domi Reversi when he was killed by Garling. Maybe when he turned back to normal, he stabbed him again. But who knows? I think it'll be really cool if... okay, flashback characters usually stay dead. But I think it'll be really cool if... Not cool, it wouldn't be cool. But interesting if Rox was alive and he was just, like, captured by the world government. He was... like, that whole time. I don't know, that might be stupid. Nah, that might be stupid. Maybe just have the flashback character stay dead. But that does make it interesting, though. All the kids back home, they shouldn't be here. I feel kind of bad. Yeah, this is really breaking my heart. Mine bleeds for them, honestly. My chest aches, too. We're all very reluctant, but you guys better brace yourselves. Yo... Break next week, I understand. Wow. He's like, I feel kind of... They're all like, yeah, I feel kind of bad. Maybe we shouldn't do this while they got the biggest smiles on their face. They got the widest grins on them. Like, you know you're hype. You know you're hype and happy to start, like, really letting loose. Because there's no consequence. Like, come on now. We get it. We understand. Man, good chapter. Holy hell. Last chapter was like soft lore dump. This chapter just had so much sauce in it. And also pretty good what would you even call this? Not lore, but like introduced to new concepts that can help out the crew immensely. More showcasing of what the Straw Hats can really do post Egghead. Like I need to see more of that. We got Frankie, Jinbei, and Sanji feats now. I Zoro's gonna be next chapter, I'm sure. But who would go alongside him with that? So Chopper's busy with is he still patching up Gabon? And then you have gotta see some Usopp. Maybe some Robin. They're heading towards the where are they heading towards? The library or something? Yeah. I wanna see something. I wanna see something. Maybe some hell, maybe some Bonnie action. Goes back into her Nika form and then, helps out. Maybe we even get to see that. Maybe Lila fixes up Kuma by the end of the arc. Who knows? I shouldn't attack my fellow giants. Like, that would be too cruel, man. I don't know. Like, it would really suck, man. Like, it would just pain me to really just decapitate you or like stab you in the heart, man. I don't know. But yeah, great chapter. Great chapter. I'll probably be back in either tomorrow or later on today. But yeah, 2 weeks.